Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. Happy Friday to you guys. March 4th, 2011. Final day of a great week. This is our first week of the brand new month of March, right? Third week of the month, or third month of the year, I should say. Finished up another great week. We hit our goal every day this week, right? Congratulations to the members and the guests that made their money this week, guys. We made over $1,000 in the fast track this week on only one contract. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But Friday morning, right? And what happens on a Friday morning? Now, Friday mornings, the same reason why you and I can't wait to get our weekend started is the same reason why Friday mornings we expect to have an earlier close. Now, Fridays are usually hit or miss. Sometimes we have really great Fridays, right? End of the week, people are getting stuff done. Sometimes we have really slow and challenging Fridays like we had this morning. Now, this morning was kind of a curveball because we had non-farm payrolls at 8:30 this morning, factory orders at 10 o'clock. And so we expected that we would see a lot of really great price action at the beginning of the morning, and then we expected we'd be finishing up early because it's a Friday. Well, 8:30 came around and there was no volume. Now, I'm sure a lot of that came from the fact that the news came out pretty much as expected, right? So we pretty much got the non-farm payrolls as they were expecting it. So the market had already priced it into the current price. So the news came out as expected. And oftentimes, when the news is higher or lower than expected, that's when we really start seeing the moves. Came out as expected today at 8:30, and we saw the market slow down, right? And that was our first heads up this morning. About 8:35 this morning, we realized, wow, we're not seeing the volume that we expected. We did though, right? We did go through our morning prep. Our morning prep made us aware we had the dollar dropping. Now, with the dollar dropping, what did that mean for us, guys? Dollar dropping, that meant we're going to be looking for buying opportunities, right? That was the first thing that we thought about this morning was we noticed the dollar was dropping. We said with the dollar dropping, higher percentage trades will be to the long side, right? And that's exactly what we did. We traded long pretty much all day today. Had a real slow day on gold, but we did get two winning wave patterns on the gold. Both were fast track winners. Crude was nasty today, right? Sometimes we joke around by saying crude oil can be pretty rude, right? It was nasty today. It made us some money on the fast track, then it took it back, right? Then it made us some money, then it took it back. In fact, trading crude today, I was pulling whatever hair I have left here, right, out of my head because we kept getting into these crude trades, good speed, momentum confirms, big buyers, right, whatever it was. But then once we got into the trade, it would go up 5, 10 ticks and then just come right back down. So we're used to being able to fill 1, 2, 3 profit targets. Today, though, on crude, we really didn't get a lot of big moves. And it was kind of a curveball. It was a little bit different than we expected because we had good speed. We had actually really good average to range. If you recall, the average to range in the crude was rising all morning. But for some reason, though, right, those non-farm payrolls, that news this morning had this crude market what we call indecisive, right? So it's enough to get the trade taken, but then all of a sudden everything disappears and the trade falls apart. Now, I was able to trade around and trade through that with the advanced method, but that lack of follow-through hurt us a couple times on the fast track. Now, remember the differences between the fast track and the advanced. The advanced, I'm going to wait for the speed, momentum, reading tape, reading volume. I'm going to get into the trade based upon the feedback from the market. And then I'll get out of the trade when I see things slowing down. So the advanced method, I'm going to get in when the market says to get in, but I'm going to get out when the market says to get out. That's the big fundamental difference between the fast track and the advanced. The advanced, I'm always using the market as my guide. And so when I see speed slowing down, I can take some profit early and I can lock up that money tight. On the fast track, though, the fast track is a much more simplified version of this. We're still going to use the same entry rules to get in, but now getting out of that trade, right, I'm not doing that on the fast track. See, that's the difference. The fast track method, we're not worried about trade management, right? We get in. Once I'm in, it's either I'm stopped out or I get my profit target filled. And so there were times today when we had a loss, but it went 2 ticks from the target, right? There were times today when we should have gotten in, when we couldn't, right? Because the rules didn't line up. There were times today when the rules did line up, but then right before they triggered, they changed direction on us. So the crude was nasty today. But the good news is, though, we hit our goal again today on the fast track. It took some work. It definitely did. We had one trade on crude today at 10:15 where half our guests got their target filled, the other half got their stop filled, right? It went one tick from the stop, then up to fill the target. So there were a couple guests in the room today that may not have hit their goal, but I think we took a vote this morning, took a poll of everybody in the room this morning, and most people had at least 20 ticks of profit, right? 30 ticks is our goal on the fast track. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but we hit our goal there, again, 5 times this week, Monday through Friday. Hit our goal every day. That's $1,000 on the advanced and 30 ticks, of course, on the fast track. All right, guys, excellent, excellent job, not only today, but the entire week, right? We can't forget about the fact that we've had an enormous week here. So taking a look here, guys, at the results today, again, the fast track trades on the bottom, right? The advanced on the top. And of course, you can see here, right, nothing but crude, right, wave patterns and a lot of long trades here. Okay, and of course, we had 165 ticks or 1650 here on the advanced. Now down bottom here on the fast track, you can see, right, not as clean. We took a loss here, a couple scratches, but we did hit our goal though at 10:17, right? Of course, then moved to a demo, and of course we took 3 more trades after that, but we were in demo by then. So at 10:15, 10:17, we got our 30 ticks. And again, a couple of you guys didn't get one of the winners, but I know a couple of you guys didn't get one of the losses as well. So we kind of balanced out there today. But very challenging though, right? We had times in the crude this morning where we thought, well, we'll definitely get a target here. It reversed and stopped us out. So it was a challenging day today, but we traded through it. Now the real good news here though is look at the weekly totals, right? $7,600 for the week. This is 4 contracts, guys. You only need about, what's that, 6 grand, 5-6 grand in your account for 4 contracts these days. So you doubled your account this week on 4 contracts, $7,600 this week. Look at the fast track though. The fast track made $1,400 this week on 1 contract, right? So a fast track trader, whether you're a guest or a member, if you came in as a guest this week, I gave you guys all the exact entry locations. If you simply got in and got out where I said to get in and get out, you made your money as well. So even as a guest this week, right, you made 50% of your advanced course this week alone. Now see, my goal is if I can make you guys $1,500 per week, right? If I can make it $1,500 per week, then in 2 weeks, that's $3,000, right? That not only proves to you guys that the method makes money, but it also shows you, right? I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I'll put you guys in those winning trades even without being a member. Right, so guests or members both should be able to hit their goals this week, guys. My goal is 30 ticks a day, and we did that every day this week. All right, guys, we've made $7,000 this month, $1,400 this month here, guys, and of course yearly total here at $71,000 on the year. Let's keep going. Right, great day this, right? Great week, great month so far. Let's keep going. Now here's my crude. Here's the good old crude market, one of our favorites. Now right away on crude, we notice right away here, right, price channel. Right, price channel, we have a sideways range that we defined right here. And so we find ourselves right now, look at this nasty location up here. Right, you've got the top of the channel, or sorry, bottom of the channel, right, the bottom of the channel, the top of the sideways range. All right, and as if it could get even more difficult, right, we got the previous high of day right here too. Right, so right there too, the previous high of day. So as you can imagine, this area on crude, my first thought was I want to be a seller, so we'll try selling right here. But then all of a sudden the dollar, right, kept dropping, dollar dropped. So instead of that, we ended up buying a pullback above the 103.